to produce it and to help along the production of producing.
You believe the words that come out of his mouth? He must be a genius. He should take over for the Jimmy Fallon show. Jimmy Fallon funny to you, sound guy?
I think he's just super stoned.
Now watch me quick.
Jimmy's hilarious.
Yeah, have you seen his best of DVD from SNL?
I've seen it. I own it.
Jimmy Fallon, not
Now watch me quick. Now watch me quick.
Stop it!
Tonight on the All Right Show, we go to an event called Firing Back. Talk with local filmmaker John Spottswood. Musical guest, he's the one, the only, Goletz. You're watching the All Right Show, and stay tuned for our newest member.
Ow. Wait, what are we doing?
Just read the prompter, okay?
Well, I guess we have a field reporter coming on to the show. First time, field reporters are different than hosts. I'm still your host, Ryan Shirley.
Hey everybody, Doug Dale Jr. here, bringing you the latest from Austin's traffic. As you can see, traffic is pretty much the way it always is. Terrible. Kinda makes you want to move to LA. Speaking of moving, move you fucking piece of shit!
Can we take a break?
Ryan, I kind of feel like my skills aren't being put to the best use out here. Have you given any more thought to maybe having a co-host?
Let's take
Really
a break.
feel like I could be the Conan to your Andy.
Sorry, Doug. Doug,
Ryan,
we have to take a break.
Really feel like I could be the Conan to your Andy.
We're gonna take a break, Doug.
Did you hear what I said? How about a weather report? It's fucking
Doug?
hot. Have you seen the new Marvel movie?
Doug.
I have a fun new recipe
Doug.
for pickled okra jello shots.
Doug Dale Jr. everybody. Thanks for being on the show, Doug.
Let's get a beer soon. What are you staring at? It's a soda pop! Fucking cops.
Doug Dale Jr. everybody. We're taking a break, Doug.
So my professor says that people who can't do teach, but it's really cool. That's not the case with him. He says there are so many other schools he could have taught at. He says he could have taught at USC, NYU, American Film Institute, UCLA, BU, Ringling College of Art and Design, FSU, University of Phoenix, Austin Film School. He even says he's been talking to some people over at Masterclass, but he said no to the Art Institute.
Here we are at Austin Public Access Station here in Austin, Texas. Austin's only public access station here in Austin. Is that correct?
Well, out of the one public access station we have, it's definitely the best. It's Austin Public now. Before that, it was Channel Austin. Before that, it was ACTV. And before that, it was a wooden shack on top of Mount Larson.
Wondering how this man has so much knowledge about Austin Public? He's a local filmmaker, documentarian. He's got his master's degree in RTF.
UT
Everybody,
University.
welcome to the show, John Spottswood.
Thank you very much.
So, John, you're actually making a documentary about Austin Public.
Yes.
Can you tell us about this documentary? When we were live, right?
When we were live. From the time I was a little kid, I have always loved watching old found footage. And for me, the best stuff has always been from public access television.
Yeah, what do you want?
Get those frown lines out.
I was working my snow cone booth and this thing stuck me in this cage.
Now more than ever, we need to know where viral video began. And I want to be the one to tell you that story. Thank you. and we now return to your regularly scheduled program. Basically, for 45 years, we have the citizens of Austin have had video equipment, and for about 45 years, they've been making their own television shows. And for a lot of people, it was basically YouTube before there was a YouTube, or pre-viral video, as I like to call it.
So you have all this archival footage that captures everything that was happening here in Austin before YouTube. Do you not like YouTube?
I'm not too fond of YouTube, but that's a conversation for another show. And frankly, I told you not to ask me about that.
Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like YouTube. Raw Time TV. That's Dave Pruitt. He's currently here. You're currently here to help Dave on his show, Dave TV.
Yes, Dave is a friend of the show and the friend of the music community, and I come here every weekend and I try to help him out with his show. You know, some weeks are easier than others, some weeks are harder than others, and some weeks we get people with mustaches and weird coats asking us questions.
Dave, he's a great guy, huh?
Yep, wonderful guy. Yep, he's definitely a staple of the community.
He'd pay if he could?
What are you doing? He'd pay if he could.
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 So much experience.
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 So much experience. So much experience.
It's not about money.
And like I said, she didn't even give me the opportunity to know that there were going to be a field reporter on the show. I don't know, maybe you're right, Mug. Maybe I should talk to BB. It's just that, you know her, she just hates my face so much. I try to wear a turtleneck, but then that makes her mad too, because I end up bumping into things and breaking stuff.
Ryan, I'm sorry that's the music you're hearing, because music's what feelings sound like, but dude, you need a counselor, because, I mean, I'm just a mug.
No! No! Mug, wait! Come back! Okay, I'm ready, let's do it! Let's move to LA! Let's move to LA where people are actually nice to you!
Ryan, can I talk to you for a second? I just would like to say that I'm sorry if it seems like I'm taking over your show.
Well, I'm sorry if it comes across like it's coming across too. Speaking of, do you have a second?
I don't know, let me check. Sure do.
She sure do. What exactly is Firing Back, this event?
We're trying to benefit a nonprofit called Everytown. Everytown for Gun Safety is a national organization, and we're just trying to bring a conversation to an issue that people aren't really talking about, especially in Texas. We're not saying we have the answers. We're saying it's a discussion that needs to keep happening.
Does anybody at the table think that we don't need the dialogue and we need to just leave it alone and never address the issue?
No. Like, it's a big issue right now, so I think it's definitely something that we need to bring up.
And we just want to enact laws that mean our whole community is safer.
Have y'all ever shot a gun?
I have.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have.
What kind of gun?
357, M16, ARs.
Is this for TV?
What's the takeaway for a person here tonight that didn't necessarily know about the event, they just stumbled in? What do you want them to take away from this event?
Vote in this election in November. Vote November 6th.
I thought the next election wasn't until 2020.
There's elections every 2 years in this country.
Every 2 years. Every 4 years.
2 years.
Every 4 years for your president.
I just learned that there's elections every 2 years and they're not just for the president. Did you know that?
I did. Yes, I did. I did know that, yes.
Seems a lot of people are outraged by giving teachers handguns and ways to defend the school. What do y'all think about another idea, giving handguns and weapons to children to defend themselves?
There's some aggressive students already, and like giving them a gun is definitely not the answer.
I've been thinking of getting my nieces a handgun for their birthdays. I was supposed to go see Rascal Flatts out at Stubbs, but turns out showed up. It wasn't a free concert. They want you to pay $25 to get in. And me and my buddy over there, we said, we ain't paying $25 to get in no damn concert. I mean, then we came down here on wherever the street here in town is, and we stumbled in, saw $5 all this name Black Basements that was playing, and we saw, well, that's a cool band.
Stop with the
current news.
Didn't have time to fight for long. It took us time meant to write this song. For a man came along, crushed his bones. He never had a chance to live when they took him by the throat and took his oxygen. They threw him down, they put him under their knees, and they never gave him time to call an attorney. But we never say a word about it, and all the cops still seem to doubt it. City council seems so clean around here. We've got all the blood stuck on our hands.
That's the moral of the story out here is let's not be just shooting people. I mean, there's plenty of deers out there. I get your license, call me up, you know.